spring garden. Patience, 8 inches of mulch, it's everything. Many years in the deep mix mulch have taught me a lot of things. We're gonna go over the one thing that can save your harvest, and that is patience. And last night, that cold front came through, took out some more of this tree. You make plans, God laughs. We tucked these up under the eaves, but the rain came down so hard last night, some of these cells got washed out just a little bit. That's what I mean, we make plans, God laughs. And on this Easter weekend, that reminds me, I don't grow anything, I just tend his garden. And today, we're gonna talk about the secret I learned about the mulch that'll keep those miracles alive when that weather changes. And then we get to go to you and celebrate what's going on in your garden. It's taken a while to improve this soil this much. And along the way, I've been blessed to grow this community as big as it is. And today is Saturday, and you know what that means. We get to go to you and we get to celebrate what's going on in your garden. After all, this is where we get ideas, this is where we get inspiration, and I get the motivation to come out here and show you just exactly what's possible in a mixed deep mulch garden. Now the thing about the mulch is you want to put it in heavy. I can't stress this enough. And we want to go at least 8 inches, which is about to there. So I've got much more here, and I'm going to spread that out a little bit. And right here in the pathway where I pulled this away so I could plant these peas, we've got cilantro. I've got some kind of melon or cucumber, a bunch of them coming up. We've got a ton of amaranth that's coming up on their own. But now that our peas have grown a little bit, this is when we start mulching back. And since we have a bunch of volunteers, I don't want to just put 8 inches right on top of this. We're gonna systematically go ahead and backfill, and that way we have mulch around our plants. We'll protect that soil, but we don't smother out what we want to keep growing. You just manually do that, take a handful and just kind of work it in around your plants. And if there's something you don't want growing, just pull it out or cover it up. But I want to keep that amaranth growing, and then we'll just keep coming back and we'll just keep adding to that. And by putting a heavy layer of mixed deep mulch on your garden, you are going to retain the moisture and you're going to moderate that temperature. We are still 10 days away from my average last frost date, and I've got a bunch of stuff growing, and I've got those tomatoes which we've up potted, and we're going to have plenty even though we lost some, but that's way too early to bring those out here. I'm going to mulch around some of the volunteers that are coming up, and hopefully they'll make it through these wild swings in temperature. But here's the thing about putting it on deep. 4 inches will keep most weeds at bay, but by putting it down 12 to 8 inches, I mean, we had 12 inches of leaves right here, and well, we wanted the dandelions, and we knew they'd push on through, but it's nowhere near 8 inches right here. That's why we're refreshing it. That life uses it much quicker than you'll think. And you can't tell by looking at the surface, it's kind of like water. This top doesn't look like it's breaking down, but over here, over here where we mulched early, we let clover and dandelions grow, and we've got some dock keeping the life in the soil. But I had some carrots in here that we were harvesting over the winter, but this mulch is almost gone. And we've got volunteers there. We've got amaranth here. We've got a plantain here. We've got dock, which we're leaving in the ground because it improves the soil. And we got a bean coming up on its own right in the middle of the pathway. I guess we're gonna have to make accommodations for that. But our peas over here are doing really well. But even with that heavy rain we got, and as thin as the mulch is in some areas, you can still come out in your garden and walk on it. If this was a tilled up garden, it would be a sloggy mess, and I'd be knee deep in mud. But I'm able to come out here and show you what's going on in the garden, and these peas just love this weather. Let me get a little mulch to put around them, and while I do that, let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of our contributors. Jordan's coming to us from southeast Oklahoma, tired of the clay and fighting the weeds. Started laying in mulch in December, and just look at all his cool weather crops are up and going. Jordan, thank you for contributing, and we look forward to seeing how your garden grows this year. Let's move a little further north to take a look at Art's garden. His tomatoes are itching to get in the ground, but he knows it's a little too early. He did plant his overwintered pepper, and he's got some what looks like Crenshaw melons. They got their first true leaves already. And his bananas are doing much better than my banana, but he's a little further south than I am. It's a little warmer. Art, your garden's gonna be spectacular. Thank you. Even though it turned out to be 60 today, it's been in the 80s and 90s off and on all week. The arugula definitely doesn't like the heat, and it went ahead and bolted. We're gonna have volunteers all over the place, which is okay because we got volunteer cilantro. Now, I don't think we're gonna have any carrots up yet. No, they haven't started germinating quite yet. I wouldn't actually expect them to, but it's good and moist under there. We got corn out of the ground. I was just gonna say the corn hadn't started coming up yet. 1, 2. Marigolds are doing fine. And in just a couple days, we'll be able to see where the corn really is. Yeah, it's coming up. And I'm not the only one that's itching to get more stuff in the ground. Mary's preparing her garden. Took the last of the greens out. Said if you've never sauteed radish tops, you don't know what you're missing. This looked wonderful, Mary. Look forward to seeing your garden this year. Now, Larry in East North Carolina, strawberries are doing well already, but he also has some edible landscaping. Larry grows most of his garden in large containers. He's getting his garden ready. Just check out the blueberries, using that as a hedge around the house. Well, he already has some things blooming. Larry, I look forward to seeing how your garden does this year. Thank you. This community is absolutely fantastic. I invite you to become a member. Doesn't cost anything. All you do is send in a photo now and again. Help us celebrate what's going on in your garden. Help us motivate others how to grow a garden. Now, our strawberries are flowering, but our blackberries haven't started putting on flowers yet. But look what I found. You know, I had the thought, maybe I ought to come over to the potato patch, dig down and see if anything's doing anything. I looked over, I saw this green, and I thought, where'd all those weeds come from? That tells you you're getting old when you can't see across the garden. Well, looks like our potatoes are coming up. They seem to be doing pretty good. And our onion's about to flower. We're gonna get a bunch of onion seeds, and that's a bonus. Now you can do this too. Just remember, you wanna start off with it heavy. 8 inches thicker. And if you're interested to know why this works, I wrote a short little guide. Got some reviews saying it wasn't long enough, so I wrote about the entire cycle. Pile, plant, protect, and pick. You might want to check out my books. Happy Easter, and until next time, remember, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you. Come on, let's plant.
Let's go plant garden.